presiding. Please be seated. Clerk calls the case of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jason Dalton, case number 2016-0287-FC. Please state your appearances for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jeff Getting, prosecuting attorney. I'm here on behalf of the people of the state of Michigan.
Your Honor, Jeff Williams, assistant prosecuting attorney on behalf of the people also.
Sergio Solis on behalf of Mr. Dalton, Your Honor.
Good morning, gentlemen. This is a time and place set for the trial of the people versus Jason Dalton. Court has been informed that there has been a resolution in this matter. Is that correct?
That's my understanding, Your Honor. We would ask the court to place it on the record here today.
Yes, Judge.
That case, Mr. Williams, if you could state what the agreement is at this time.
Your Honor, there is no sentencing agreement in that Mr. Dalton will be pleading to all counts against him. Those due, as the court knows, comes with a mandatory sentence. However, I believe there's some things Mr. Solis might want to say about the reasons.
Okay. Mr. Solis.
Judge, first of all, as a housekeeping matter, at this today I will be withdrawing, because I had not officially done so, withdrawing my motions for insanity. The reason for that is that the independent forensic examination that I had done does not meet the legal requirements of insanity, Judge. So I'd like to officially
Withdraw.
withdraw that.
Mr. Williams, the prosecution have a position on that?
We have no objection, Your Honor.
Court will accept on the date of the trial a withdrawal of that defense position as originally noticed by the defendant. Mr. Solis.
Well, Judge, today I want the record to reflect that discussions of plea or plea offers have been going on between my client and I for months since this case has been pending, and I spent an hour and a half with my client, Mr. Dalton, this past weekend. And I discussed the pros and cons of any potential plea, especially as charged. That's what's being done today. He understands those consequences. He is doing that against my advice. But in speaking to Mr. Dalton, there are reasons for that. There are personal reasons to him. He does not want to put his family through that, or the victims' families through the trial. So it's his decision against my advice, but I obviously will have to.
Thank you. Under those circumstances, Mr. Williams, what is the agreement?
Your Honor, Mr. Dalton will be pleading guilty to all counts. In counts 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11, he will be entering a plea to first-degree premeditated murder. In counts 13 and 15, he will be entering a guilty plea to the count as charged, assault with intent to murder, and he will also be entering a guilty plea to the associated felony firearm charges, which make up the even number counts in the felony information.
Mr. Solis, is that your understanding of the plea agreement?
We call it a plea agreement, but that's my understanding, Judge, of what's been offered.
Okay. Prosecution has offered that, and it would appear that the defendant has agreed without any agreement as to sentencing, which is either subject to statute or to the court. Mr. Dalton, if you would stand. First of all, is that your understanding of the plea agreement? Okay.
Yes, it is.
If you would come forward, hopefully there's a microphone here. I would ask that he be sworn.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you.
For the record, your full name is Jason Dalton.
Correct.
Mr. Dalton, court has been advised of your intent to enter guilty pleas as to the various counts of this information. You should be advised that if you do enter such a plea, you will be waiving or giving up certain legal rights. You understand that?
Yes.
I'm looking for the advice of rights. Okay. I'm going to show you a document entitled Advice of Rights. Have you seen this before?
Yeah, I've read it earlier today.
Is that your signature at the bottom of the page?
Yes, both of them are.
You understand that if you enter a guilty plea, you will be waiving or giving up many of these rights because we won't be going to trial.
Yes, that's what Mr. Sluice explained to me.
Okay. You also understand that you're going to modify certain rights that you would have to an appeal. If you had gone through the trial, were found guilty, sentenced, and you didn't like the sentence, you'd have the right to file an appeal with the Court of Appeals. The Court of Appeals in that situation is required to review the record. The preliminary matters, everything leading up to the trial itself, to see if there are any errors committed either by myself or by the attorneys that would justify setting aside that particular conviction. The Court of Appeals doesn't necessarily have to find anything. Most of the times they don't. But they do at least have to look if you file an appeal in that circumstance. That's called an appeal of right. On the other hand, if you enter a guilty plea and for some reason don't like the sentence, you still have the right to file an appeal. But in that situation, the Court of Appeals would have the option of looking into the matter or not. It would be their choice. That's called an appeal by leave. You understand the difference in the two situations?
Yes, I do.
Has anyone threatened you to get you to enter a plea today?
No.
Besides what's been put forth on the record, has anyone promised you anything to get you to enter a plea?
No.
Okay. You're doing this voluntarily of your own free will.
Yes, I've wanted this for quite a while.
You understand that if you change your mind or say that you didn't want to enter a plea, the testimony you're giving right now can be used to support the fact that the plea is voluntary at this time. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Are counsel aware of any threats or inducements to the defendant to have him tender a plea at this time?
No, sir.
No, Your Honor.
I'm aware of none, Judge.
Okay. So, get this pulled up. Allegations of the information are that on or about February 20 of 2016 in the county of Kalamazoo, both the township of Texas and county of Kalamazoo, as well as the city of Kalamazoo and the township of Richland, that you engaged in the following activity. As to count one, that you did murder Mary Lou Nye, contrary to Michigan law, which would be in essence subject to murder, which is a felony that's punishable by life in prison. As to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Count two, on that date, you did carry or have in your possession a firearm, to wit a pistol, at the time you committed the offense of open murder related to Mary Nye. That's a felony punishable by 2 years in prison consecutive to any term of imprisonment. As to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
As to count three, that again on that date in Kalamazoo County, that you did in fact murder one Mary Jo Nye, contrary to Michigan law. As to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Count four, again on that same date in Kalamazoo County, did you carry or have in your possession a firearm, to wit a pistol, at the time you committed the offense of open murder with regard to Mary Jo Nye? That's a felony punishable by 2 years in prison consecutive to any sentence that might be imposed for the murder of Mary Jo Nye. As to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Count 5, again, on that same date in Kalamazoo County, did you in fact commit a murder of one Barbara Hawthorne, contrary to Michigan law, a felony punishable by up to life in prison? Punishable by life in prison. As to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
As to count 6, did you, again, at that date in Kalamazoo County, carry or have in your possession a firearm, to wit, a pistol, when you committed or attempted to commit the felony crime of open murder with regard to Barbara Hawthorne? That's a felony punishable by 2 years in prison consecutive to any other preceding term of imprisonment. As to that count, how do you count?
Guilty.
Count 7, on that date in Kalamazoo County, did you in fact commit a murder of one Dorothy Brown, contrary to Michigan law? That is a felony punishable by life in prison. As to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Count 8, did you on that day in Kalamazoo County carry or have in your possession a firearm, specifically a pistol, at the time you committed or attempted to commit the felony of murder with regard to I think I skipped one. I did with regard to Barbara Hawthorne, but I did not. As to count 7, did you in fact commit the offense of open murder with regard to Dorothy Brown, a felony punishable by life in prison? As to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty to that one too.
Okay. Then as to count 8, did you have, on that date and date, did you carry or have in your possession a pistol at the time you committed the offense of murder with regard to Dorothy Brown, that being felony punishable by 2 years in prison consecutive to any other sentence that might be imposed? As to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
As to count 9, did you in fact on that date, in the same date in the county of Kalamazoo, did you in fact commit the offense of murder upon Richard Smith, contrary to Michigan law? That would be a felony punishable by life in prison. As to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
As to count 10, did you on that day and date in Kalamazoo County carry or have in your possession a firearm, to wit, a pistol, at the time you committed the offense of open murder with regard to Richard Smith? That's a felony punishable by up to 2 years in prison, by 2 years in prison consecutive to any other term that's imposed. As to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Count 11 is that on or about that date, February 20, 2016, in the county of Kalamazoo, did you in fact murder Tyler Smith, the felony punishable by life in prison, with obviously the associated DNA testing that would be associated? As to that count, how do you plead?
Guilty.
As to count 12, again on that day and date in the county of Kalamazoo, did you in fact carry or have in your possession a firearm, to wit, a pistol, at the time you committed the offense of open murder with regard to Tyler Smith? That would be a felony punishable by 2 years in prison subsequent to any other sentence that was imposed. As to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
As to count 13, on that day and date in the county of Kalamazoo, did you make an assault upon A.K., a minor child, with the intent to commit the crime of murder, contrary to Michigan law? That is a felony that's punishable by up to life in prison or a number of years, is consecutive to any sentence that might be imposed basically life or any number of years, along with DNA testing that would be involved with that. As to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
As to count 14, did you, on that day and date in the county of Kalamazoo, have or carry a weapon in your possession, to wit, a pistol, when you committed the offense of attempted to commit the offense of assault with intent to murder contrary to Michigan law, that being a felony punishable by 2 years in prison subsequent to any other term of imprisonment that might be imposed. As to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
15, on that same day and date in Kalamazoo County, did you in fact make an assault upon Tierra Carruthers with the intent to commit the crime of murder contrary to Michigan law? That would be a felony punishable by life or any number of years up to life. Michigan law. As to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
18, as to on that same day and date in Kalamazoo County, did you carry or have in your possession a firearm, to wit, a pistol, at the time you committed or attempted to commit the felony of assault with intent to murder, and you did this contrary to Michigan law? That being a felony punishable by 2 years imprisonment consecutive to and preceding any other imprisonment that might be imposed based upon the assault with intent to commit murder. As to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay. The court has indicated for purposes of confirmation of the underlying facts supporting the guilty plea, I've agreed that Mr. Williams can in fact go through each count and the questions associated with them. Mr.
Your Honor, before I do so, I'd ask the court to make one clarification for the record and to make sure we confirm Mr. Dalton's understanding. With regard to the murder counts, the court stated correctly that the maximum sentence is life in prison. I would ask the court confirm not only is it life in prison, it is life in prison without the possibility of parole, and also that that's not only the maximum sentence, that's a sentence mandated under Michigan law.
Court will advise Mr. Dalton, you understand that a conviction of murder carries the statutory, it's not discretion on the part of the court, statutory punishment of life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. You understand that?
Yes.
Party satisfied then with regard to at least the statement of Mr. Dalton with regard to pleading guilty to each of the counts?
I am. Thank you, Your Honor, and I'm ready to proceed with the
Mr. Dalton, the rules require that not only do we accept what pleas that you enter, but also that there be a factual basis on the record that would support the entry of the plea. That is the questions that Mr. Williams is going to ask you now. So, okay? Mr. Williams.
Mr. Dalton, on February 20th of 2016, were you in the county of Kalamazoo in the state of Michigan?
Yes.
With regard to count one, while you were in Texas Township, did you cause the death of Mary Lou Nye by shooting her with a firearm?
Yes.
Did you intend to kill Mary Lou Nye?
Yes.
Was your intent to kill Mary Lou Nye premeditated, meaning that you thought about it beforehand?
Yes.
And was the killing of Mary Lou Nye deliberate in that you had time to consider the pros and cons of the killing and that you chose your actions before you committed them?
Yes.
With regard to count three, while in Texas Township on February 20th of 2016, did you cause the death of Mary Jo Nye by shooting her with a firearm?
Yes.
Did you intend to kill Mary Jo Nye?
Yes.
Was your intent to kill Mary Jo Nye premeditated, meaning that you thought about it beforehand?
Yes.
Was the killing of Mary Jo Nye deliberate in that you had time to consider the pros and cons of the killing and that you chose your actions before you committed them?
Yes.
On to count five. While in Texas Township on the 20th of February 2016, did you cause the death of Barbara Hawthorne by shooting her with a firearm?
Yes.
Did you intend to kill Barbara Hawthorne?
Yes.
Was your intent to kill Barbara Hawthorne premeditated, meaning that you thought about it beforehand?
Yes.
Was the killing of Barbara Hawthorne deliberate in that you had time to consider the pros and cons of the killing and that you chose your actions before you committed them?
Yes.
With regard to count seven, on February 20th of 2016, while in Texas Township, did you cause the death of Dorothy Brown by shooting her with a firearm?
Yes.
Did you intend to kill Dorothy Brown?
Yes.
Was your intent to kill Dorothy Brown premeditated, meaning that you thought about it beforehand?
Yes.
Was the killing deliberate in that you had time to consider the pros and cons of the killing and that you chose your actions before you committed them?
Yes.
Count 9. While in the city of Kalamazoo on February 20th of 2016, did you cause the death of Richard Smith by shooting him with a firearm?
Yes.
Did you intend to kill Richard Smith?
Yes.
Was your intent to kill Richard Smith premeditated, meaning that you thought about it beforehand?
Yes.
Was the killing of Richard Smith deliberate in that you had time to consider the pros and cons of the killing and that you chose your actions before you committed them?
Yes.
With regard to count 11, on February 20th of 2016 in the city of Kalamazoo, did you cause the death of Tyler Smith by shooting him with a firearm?
Yes.
Did you intend to kill Tyler Smith?
Yes.
Was your intent to kill Tyler Smith premeditated, meaning you thought about it beforehand?
Yes.
Was this killing deliberate in that you had time to consider the pros and cons of the killing and that you chose your actions before you committed them?
Yes.
With regard to count 13, while in Texas Township, did you try to and in fact physically injure A.K., a minor child, by shooting her with a firearm?
Yes.
Did you have the ability to shoot her at that time? Did you have a loaded firearm and were able to shoot someone at the time that happened?
Yes.
By shooting Abigail Croft multiple times, was your intent to kill her?
Yes.
While in Richland Township, did you try to and in fact physically injure Tiana Carruthers by shooting her with a firearm?
Yes.
By shooting her with a firearm, did you demonstrate that that was an ability you had at the time?
Yes.
And by shooting Tiana Carruthers multiple times, was it your intent to kill her?
Yes.
Mr. Dalton, were all of the acts that you described, to your knowledge, felonies in the state of Michigan?
Yes, of course.
And were they all committed with a firearm?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have no further questions with regard to the factual basis.
Already satisfied that we have taken a plea that is freely, voluntarily, and understandingly given,
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge.
and that the court, by entrance of these pleas and the allocution, complied with Michigan Court Rule 6.302.
The court has.
You have, Your Honor.
Court has.
Court is satisfied that the pleas that have been entered are knowingly, understandingly, voluntarily given. There are factual basis to support the entry of each of the pleas. Therefore, the court will accept the pleas as to the 15 counts that are listed. We will set this then for a sentencing hearing on Tuesday, February 5, 2019. It'll be at 10 o'clock in the morning. We'll be in courtroom D. I have to say that for logistical reasons, courtroom D will be held in what is now courtroom A, but in this building. Again, at 10 o'clock. At this point, based upon the entry of the plea, court will deny bond, and this matter will be processed at that time. Is there anything further?
No, sir, thank you.
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Nothing, Judge.
Thank you.
All rise.
I'm Jessica Harthorn. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, there's plenty more to see. Just take a second and subscribe to our channel.